is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
Andrew McCutcheon helped lead the Pirates to a pair of wins the last two nights in Pittsburgh, but tonight the scene will shift from the shores of the Allegheny to downtown Detroit. Welcome to Comerica Park, game one in this two-game series featuring the Tigers and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Bemba, Kirk Gibson, glad to have you with us here for game one in this short two-game series. Tigers and Buccos, and really giving, when you look at the Tigers lineup tonight, much has changed with this team since, well, the All-Star break.
It really has. JD's gone, JW, Alex, they're all gone, so it's kind of a different team. More playing time for Mikey Matuk, James McCann, John Hicks tonight, Shane Green. Greeny's done great, 3 saves for 3 saves. The speed is showing up in the defense in the outfield, and McCann is swinging the bat well. You know, it seemed like the Tigers got a little down on him. He's doing very good, working on his framing, and John Hicks is catching tonight, so a much different cast of characters tonight. But they're energized and ready to win this ball game. All
right, now Justin Verlander will take them out for the Tigers tonight. Really, his last 6 starts or so, he's been awfully good. It's kind of the JV we've expected.
He's been good. I tell you, all the trade talk, you hear it all the time. You know, I kind of giggle. It's overrated. Like, give me a break. And these guys deal with pressure all the time. JV has raised his game. All of his pitches are good. He's a true 4-pitch pitcher. He's just been dominating. He's been working on getting that arm up, getting the ball, driving it down, trying to get more early outs. Has won his last 2, should have won many more, but he's got a great attitude, and I think he took it personally. He owes Pittsburgh tonight. Since July 8th, 2-2 with a 2.3 ERA, and he's striking out more per night, so he's ready to go.
All right, Tigers trying to break a 4-game losing streak. Game one coming up in just a couple of minutes after a short break. Down to the Call Sam studio we go. We check in with Mickey York. Coming up in this one tonight. Back in the lineup, a couple of big bats for the Tigers. Iglesias and Martinez. Stay with us. Tigers Pirates next.
Pirates. He's 11-3 all-time in interleague play with a 2.64 ERA. Even better with the Pirates, where he's 3-0 with a 2.33 ERA against the American League. Hi, everybody. Mickey York back with you here in the Coliseum studio. Tigers and Pirates right around the corner. Tigers were outscored 26-8 over the final 4 games of their road trip, but that's nothing a few home runs can't cure here tonight, because if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, you win. Bring in a copy of the box score to our participating Arby's location tomorrow and get a free small order of curly fries. You can find a copy of the box score in your newspaper or on the Tigers page at foxsportsdetroit.com. Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank, a part of Detroit and the community since 1849. Dodge, join the Brotherhood of Muscle at the Dodge Summer Clearance event going on now. And by Kroger, with low prices and weekly deals, saving is easy at Kroger. Oakland University night here at Comerica Park. Grizz, Tigers, and Pirates next on Fox Sports Detroit.
Go Grizzlies! Go Grizzlies!
To start the next homestand here at Comerica, great night for baseball. You got the ace on the mound. Justin Verlander will take the hill. He is presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
Making his 24th start of the season tonight. He's an iron horse. I tell you, he does it every year. Faced the Pirates 7 times, 4-2 career record. 41st start of his career during interleague play tonight, 28-5. So he's had really good success. He's looking for early outs, and he will use all 4 of his pitches.
Here is the starting lineup for the Pirates, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. And for Pittsburgh, it'll be Marte, Frazier, and McCutchen in the top 3 spots. Meanwhile, they got Bell cleaning up, then Harrison and Polanco. Bottom 3 of Mercer, Jaso, and Cervelli tonight for Pittsburgh as we come to you from Comerica under clear skies and great temps. Beautiful night for baseball. And JV set to go to work. It'll be Starling Marte to lead things off for the Pirates. And here we go. First pitch is a strike called. 0-1 on Marte, batting .248. A couple of homers this year. Did not start playing this season until July, coming off the suspended list. And he shatters his bat, rolls it toward third. Castellanos throws him out, and the barrel of the bat goes all the way to the outfield grass.
Let's take a look at the Pirates starting defense. I'm saying let's take a look at the Tigers starting defense. Andrew Romine in left, Mikey Matuk out in center, Aducey in right, Castellanos, Iglesias, Kinsler, and Miggy around the infield. John Hicks behind the plate, JV on the mound.
One gone now as Adam Frazier stands in, getting his first start in this series. Very versatile performer for the Pirates. He will play all around the diamond. And he looks at strike one, a high strike there given to Verlander.
He's going to like that. Hopefully he'll give him the borderline down pitch as well.
Frazier this year at .284. And he'll look at a strike on the outer edge. JV coming out throwing nothing but strikes tonight.
Adam Frazier pretty good since All-Star break, 20 games. Damage.
Now the 0-2. Foul away. Pirates win the first 2. I guess you can call this a 4-game series. 2 at home, 2 on the road. They won the 2 games in Pittsburgh. And game 1, the Tigers managed only 1 hit. Game 2, just 5 hits. So Pittsburgh pitching has shut down Tigers hitting to this point. Clint Hurdle, their skipper. The 0-2 bouncing in, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Hey, the Pirates, they've done a good job with their pitching. Ray Searage, their pitching coach, is really transformed into a good system. It's pretty meticulous. We'll talk about it as the game goes on. It's formidable for the Tigers to try and get some runs.
Now the 1-2. Little chopper back up the middle for Kinsler. And there are 2 gone. A couple of ground ball outs for Verlander. It'll bring us to the Bernstein advantage, where Justin Verlander has pretty much owned Andrew McCutchen, a very good hitter, but against JV just 3 for 18.
Yep, only 3 strikeouts though, so he's putting the ball in play. McCutchen's has pretty good success everywhere he's played in his career, so this part you never know. Maybe it's big and he overswings, but JV has held the advantage.
And there a strike as Verlander again pumps in strike 1. McCutchen 3 out of 8 so far against the Tigers this year, with a stolen base and a homer. Fouled away.
JV coming 95 mile an hour here in the first inning. We showed in the open, you know, his 4 pitches, they're all very good. He throws them all for a strike. He's got pretty good location with them all so far. He's got a nice wide strike zone by Dave Rackley, the home plate umpire. So this could be an interesting day.
Soft little 1-hopper hit back towards second. Kinsler with a quick flip, and it's going to be a 1-2-3 first inning. Quick 1-2-3 top. The Tigers starting lineup presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Kinsler, Ducey, and Miggy in the top 3 spots. Castellanos batting cleanup. Matuk is in center field, 6 for his last 15. Victor back in the DH spot tonight. Hicks, Romine, Iglesias rounding it out for the Tigers. They are facing Ivan Nova, who is presented by MGM Grand Detroit.
0-2 versus the Tigers lifetime. That's in 4 starts, all with the Yankees. He's not won in his last 3. Fastball high percentage, 70%, 93 mile an hour, maybe up to 95. Throws a lot of curveballs. Sometimes it'll look like a slider or a cutter, and the change.
So the big guy Nova, who stands 6'5", 240, native of the Dominican, will go to work now as Kinsler stands in. Ian had 9 hits on the road trip for the Tigers. And he'll foul the first one off, and that one drilled the catcher Cervelli.
Wake up call there. Right off the end of the bat. Right off the inside thigh.
0-1. Kinsler shoots one to left, a base hit. Leadoff man aboard for the Tigers.
Let's take a look at the Pirates starting defense, brought to you by Tim Hortons. Left to right, Starling Marte, Andrew McCutchen, and Gregory Polanco in the outfield. Mercer and Frazier up the middle. Josh Harrison at third and John Jaso at first. Francisco Cervelli is catching Ivan Nova.
Here is Jim Ducey in the 2 spot again tonight. 6 hits on the road trip for Ducey. He'll look at ball 1. Ducey batting .253. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Runner goes. Swinging a foul, back out of play.
No, I timed Nova. The first pitch was a 1.4, which is a good time to run on. It looked like Brad put Kinsler in motion with protection from the deuce.
Brad was just talking about that before the game today, how we can jumpstart the offense, and he said really as a manager you've got a few options but not much. I mean, you can start, put a runner in motion, try some hit and runs, steal some bags, but it's ultimately up to the guys in the batter's box. That is flared in the air toward left field. On the move there, Marte will run it down, 1 gone. Ducey retired. That'll bring up Cabrera.
My guy picked the stick. Due to get hot.
Maybe you are the guy to get Cabrera a little bit of luck going here.
No, I'd be the lucky guy when he gets going tonight. You know, you have it's interesting because as a player you have so many good years like Miggy has had, and then you find yourself into a year like he has going on right now. You've tried everything, you get frustrated, you know everybody's counting on you, but you can only continue to grind it out, and hopefully some good fortune falls your way, like a little dinker or something right here.
On the ground and through. He found a hole, base hit. That'll work. 2 on now and 1 out.
Well, maybe 1 hit breeds another. Miggy first pitch swinging. Remember earlier in the year when he was struggling, his head going all the other way. Miggy jumps on this right here, just a nice single, finds a hole. So I'm saying the good fortune sometimes it changes on you. You feel a little more comfortable, a little more relaxed on that next at bat. Let's hope that's the change and the cause right there. Smiling, good to see you smiling, Mig.
It'll bring up Castellanos. The Tigers not starting Upton tonight. He's getting the night off. Nicholas at .236 with 16 home runs. Had a tough road trip though, just 156 on the trip. Ball one.
Good
Tigers already have 2 more hits than they did in game 1 in Pittsburgh. Well, 1 more hit, I should say. They had 1 in that game, 2 already in this game.
And the Pirates, they like to get that early strike. They're not afraid to spend it, and they will throw in, up and in. It's one of their secret formulas. It's worked well for them. They stick with it, and they remain aggressive out there. So Nick, you want to make sure he gets a good pitch right here. You don't want to be too aggressive just because you're ahead in the count.
Ooh, on the outer edge, Nova got the call there.
Well, that's, I guess, fair. The Tigers and Justin Verlander got several in the top of the inning.
David Rackley is your home plate umpire tonight. 1-1 on Castellanos, 2 on for the Tigers, and 1 out. Nick drives it to center. It's going to be a base hit. Kinsler rounding third. They send him home. McCutchen's throw not in time. RBI signal for Nick Castellanos. Early 1-0 Tigers lead.
This is what you want to do here. You get ahead in the count and you pick out a good pitch. This has got middle of the plate. Cassie doesn't try and do too much of it. A good secondary lead by Ian Kinsler, and he's around quickly. Clarkey very aggressive, even though there's no outs, and Kinsler in there easily.
RBI number 59 for Castellanos. Now Mikey Matuk, who's been swinging a really hot bat. He'll take ball one. Noah thought that looked pretty good, but it missed. 288 now for Matuk, who even hit a couple of balls hard in the series in Pittsburgh, in which he was robbed. McCutchen robbed him of a double, maybe triple.
Mikey's really come a long way in this first year with the Tigers.
Well, he's done a lot of work with Lloyd McClendon, Bull Durham, the hitting instructors for the Tigers. And Brad was saying before the game today, the fact that Mikey was platooning early in the year may have helped solidify the new mechanics that he went through with Lloyd and Bull Durham.
Yeah, he really did. He got a chance to change it, and then imprint it, and use it in limited time, and now he's made those adjustments from where he started, and now he's using it almost full time.
1-2.
That's a tough call there. Since June 1st, 49 games. Pretty good numbers.
Now Nova with the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Mikey goes down on strikes. Good breaking ball there from Nova. 2 gone. His first strikeout of the ball game.
Yeah, it's pretty good breaking ball by Nova. You see it's coming. It goes straight down. Low 80s. Well, that's very different from 93-mile-an-hour fastball. He really hasn't seen that pitch in this at bat, so he can't lay off. Got to tip your cap. That was tough at bat after you got that one called in off the plate for a strike. You're protecting a lot, and it makes it very tough.
Here is Victor Martinez, who did not, for the most part, get a chance to play in Pittsburgh with the pitcher batting and no DH. Victor had a chance to pinch hit. That's about it.
Should be fresh.
And he pulls one to first base. Easy play for Jaso. That'll end the inning. Tigers take the lead, though, in the RBI hit by Castellanos. Castellanos giving the Tigers an early lead in this one as Josh Bell stands in now for the Pirates, and he'll look at a fastball from JV up top. It'll be Bell, Harrison, Polanco in the Pirates second.
He's a big boy, got 19 home runs, 59 RBI.
Very solidly built. Having a really good rookie season that is being overshadowed by Clay Bellinger over in the National League and even Aaron Judge in the American League. Bell listed at 6'2", 230.
Think he's a little taller?
It seemed like he is. Ball outside from JV. Verlander threw 10 pitches in the first inning, 9 of them strikes.
He's definitely been around the plate early in this game.
Now the 2-1. Way high, 3-1. Bell was 0 for 5 in that series back in Pittsburgh. He did have a walk. Leads all National League rookies in hits. And time given out. Verlander taking too long. Bell given late time. 3-1 the count. Harrison and then Polanco here in the second. The 3-1. In there, a strike call. Right at the bottom of the strike zone there for JV. Well, over his last 6 starts, came in with a 2.31 earned run average, pitching some of the best baseball he has pitched all season long.
Yeah, I don't think he's feeling any pressure at all. I think he's got his mechanics together well, throwing the ball well, feels good after every start as he blows Bell away with the high heater. Good job of coming back down to the 3-1 count. You always like to see guys elevate at the top of the zone. You can see he'll go right underneath it.
Hey, the Tigers battle the Pirates tomorrow at Comerica Park. Save on great seats with the weekday value pack. Get 4 tickets, hot dogs, chips, and drinks, all for just $19 per person. Tigers.com or 866-66-TIGER for more info. Harrison fouls it back out of play.
Ooh, that was close. Speaking of balls in the booth, did you guys have one?
Not on this last trip, or did we? Oh, in New York we did. Yeah, we did have one in the booth.
Who caught it?
Nobody. My computer caught it actually.
That's 2 computers. Serial Mario.
There's a wave and a miss. Those foul balls that come in, they give you in New York especially, they give you very little reaction time. Now, if you were there, I'm sure you would have dove right in front of my computer and saved it.
No, but I would have tried to catch it if it was in front of me.
There's a pop-up foul behind the dish. Hicks discarding the mask, has room. And Harrison is out.
They call that a big league pop-up, don't they?
Straight up. Took a while to come down. 5 up, 5 down now against JV.
No, you just don't remember that I said I had a feeling one's going to come in the booth quickly.
Remember that.
So.
And it was like a day later that it actually happened. Because you said it on the last homestand that it happened in New York.
We're looking to get one this year. However, I want to make sure I'm looking. Sometimes we watch the monitors, right?
Right. And then you're surprised.
Yeah.
That's when you hear them coming in. You don't see them
when you
in.
wear it.
Here is Polanco. Ball 1 to Gregory Polanco. 1 for 2 hit by a pitch in the series in Pittsburgh. Pirates have some size on this team, man. Bell, Polanco, Marte.
Hey, he's tall.
Foul back.
Reminds me a little bit of Dave Parker. Just the way he walks and he runs, those long strides. Not quite, but as he ages, maybe a little similar. It'll be interesting to see how his career plays out. He's just shown some great ability, but
Dave Parker, part of the We Are Family era in Pittsburgh. The 1-1.
Was that the '79 team when they won the World Series?
Yeah, great team.
Remember that because we were in instructional ball down in Treasure Island, Florida. Myself, Rick Leach, Rosie, Mark Bird Fidrich was down there, Marty Castillo. Later went on to have a pretty good time as a group.
High fly ball, left field, playable. Romine coming in, still coming. And Verlander another 1-2-3 inning. Like the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers player of the game presented by McDonald's. Stop by for your breakfast favorites, now being served all day. Tigers lead 1-0. Ivan Nova goes back to the hill. John Hicks will stand in, and he looks at ball one. Hicks, Romine, Iglesias, the bottom three for the Tigers, who got a run on 3 hits in the first off Nova. Hicks takes ball 2 high.
Well, Hicks getting a better opportunity here to prove himself after being picked up last year by the Tigers. Hitting .316 so far in the year. Has done well down in Toledo. Has got some pop in that bat.
Hicks homered on the road trip. Hitting a big 3-run shot in New York.
Gonna have to cut down on his strikeouts, 20 already, and not even 100 at bats.
2-2 now on Hicks. It's been a very interesting year for him. 5 trips up and down between the big leagues and Toledo. Got a piece to stay alive.
That's a trip well worth it, though. Everybody would enjoy being able to get to do that, and hopefully one day you get to stick.
Pretty good road trip, 4 for 9. Slice to right field. Polanco is on the move, can't get it, and it's going to drop in fair, extra bases. Hicks on his way to second. He's taking the turn. Hicks is going to third. He's in with a triple. He sliced one to the corner and right and ends up with a 3-bagger.
This works good for the Tigers. This is what happens. I've talked about it several times. This ball's slicing away. He stays on it. Polanco's thinking, I'm going to cut this guy down at second base, so he rushes over there. That's a tricky corner, and in rushing it, he drops it. That's a no-no. You reach down with your hand right there, pick it up. The Tigers will take it. Lead off double and a triple and an air to make it a 3-bagger. And Hicks was running pretty good out of the box, gave himself a chance. Doesn't run bad for a catcher.
I would imagine that will go double in there. We'll see. Double E9, so not a triple. Double E9 for Hicks. That'll bring up Romine.
You can hear Sparky Anderson saying, "You will never, ever, ever drop a baseball near the wall."
Now, did you have one or two of those in your career?
Not after that day. Because he had a little thing that he would give his Cinderella slippers story, and you had to wear them. That meant you were gone.
Oh boy. Infield in for the Pirates a couple steps early in this game. The count is 2-0 on Romine.
I think Glenn Hurdle's thinking Justin Verlander looks pretty good tonight, so he's going to try and keep this game close by trying to cut down every run as aggressively as he can.
In the air to left field, sizing it up. Marte, runner tag. Catch is made. He's going to air it out. Throw to the plate is off target. It'll be a sac fly, and Romine gets an RBI. 2-0 Tigers.
Well, this is going to be a pretty good shot right here. You're going to see how everything happens here. Good job by Romine getting the bat on the ball. Out to Marte, and you'll see Hicks going back and tagging. Read it. Tag fly. You got to get down that line. You got to read that catcher. And also Iglesias right there, the on deck runner. You got to be prepared to tell them where to slide.
Double error and a sacrifice fly, and the Tigers lead by 2. Here is Iglesias. Iggy looks at a ball inside. 262 for the Tiger shortstop. And in his last 19 games, hitting at a 343 clip. That's in there. A strike called. 1-1. Iggy missed a couple of games, is on the bereavement list. His grandmother passed away. Rejoined the team today. Rolled foul. Tigers in the interim called up Jeimer Candelario, one of the pieces they received at the trading deadline in the Justin Wilson deal, and in his only at bat, Candelario single. Here's the 1-2, and he swings and strikes out.
How did he look?
He looked good. I mean, we didn't get a chance to see him a whole lot. Had a base hit to right field at Candelario.
Yeah, he's going to be excited because he feels he was blocked in Chicago by Chris Bryant. So maybe he feels like there'll be a position here with the Tigers. And it's possible he'll get a chance to win a job here in the future.
Now Kinsler. Ian singled and scored back in the first. Ball 1. Nova has been very hittable early in this game. Tigers have 4 hits and 2 runs against them. That ball hammered in the air to left field. Marte going back to the wall. He looks up and gone. Ian Kinsler with a solo shot, and the Tigers tack on 1 more. Nothing ball game.
Interesting. Ian Kinsler leads off the game with a single home run here. I saw him earlier in the game with it looked like a new bat. And says, "Is that a gamer?" He said, "No, this is what I swing in pregame, which is a 34-inch bat. But in the game, he only swings a 33.5, and it's certainly working today."
Single and a homer for Kinsler. That was his 11th of the year. 3-0 Tigers.
That was just the opposite. I wanted the longer bat in the game.
Reasoning?
The shorter bat did not feel comfortable. I just felt like it was too short. Couldn't reach the outside corner. See, I'd rather get jammed than pull off the ball.
Wave and a miss. You know, we were making fun of Craig Monroe in the pregame show and Pick the Stick, and he's got Kinsler tonight.
I wasn't laughing at him. I just
you were
not at Kins or
internally
at
you were.
Simo I was.
Adducey will strike out. They'll throw down to complete it, and that'll end the inning. Another big inning for the Tigers, 3-0. Nothing here tonight. Just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Big night so far for Kinsler, single homer, and JV has done the rest so far. 6 up, 6 down against the Tigers righty. Jordy Mercer stands in. It'll be Mercer, Jaso, Cervelli. First one is in there for a strike, 0-1. Ten homers this year for Mercer.
Likes to get on the fastball, and fastball counts.
Chased one up and popped it up. Kinsler to the grass. 1 out. Calling all Wolverines. Fox Sports Detroit University days are back Friday, August 18th. Purchase your tickets at tigers.com/UM. Ticket package includes a limited edition hat. Don't miss University of Michigan Day with the Tigers. Get your tickets today.
How many more of these university days do we have, do you think?
Well, OU is in the house tonight. Oakland, you got MSU, you got Michigan.
Well, Michigan, but I'm saying besides those two. So State is going to be last probably?
Don't know. Got to get the schedule. No idea. We got a few more though. Here's John Jaso. The 1-0 pitch. Jaso hit that big pinch hit home run, moving a 1-0 lead to a 3-0 lead in Game 1 back in Pittsburgh, and they've shifted against him.
He's got an unusual batting stance. Starts well open. His hands are down. Watch, he'll move and get ready. He'll be look like everybody else, ready position.
Hit him. Jaso nicked by that pitch, so the Pirates have their first base runner of the game. And we check in now with Craig Monroe, who joins us from down on the field.
Yeah, what's up, fellas? Y'all,
look at
y'all were poking a little fun today, huh?
He's still fired up.
See what's going on today? And Kinsler taking care of his boy today. Yeah, that's right.
Look, he's a little froggy right now.
Yeah,
he's taking feeling it.
You know what, Simo?
It's early too. We got a lot of game left. He's got a few more at bats. Might be a big night for the kid.
Simo, I saw you down there in the set. You were just kind of minding your own business, chilled out. I said, I got to poke this snake a little bit.
Yeah,
boy, you're still going, aren't you?
I am going a little bit. But I told you, I got thick skin hanging around you guys. I mean, you and Bobby Higginson in the club. I already know what to expect coming from you, Gibb. I know.
Sometimes you tell yourself don't respond, but it never works.
It's hard not to, right?
Cervelli, the batter. And he looks at a ball low that bounces in. What do you got on JV tonight, Simo?
Well, so far so good. Pounding the strike zone with quality strikes. I love the velocity on his fastball. Love the location. In large part, though, he has the ability. He's throwing his off-speed pitches. It could be a long night for the Pirates.
You know, it's funny. Maybe a change of venue is all the Tigers needed. They really struggled in that series in Pittsburgh. They had only 6 hits total in the 2 games, and they come out swinging the bats tonight. 1-1. They count on Cervelli. Swing and a miss.
Good off-speed pitch there and a 1-1 count.
Guys, as much as we hate to admit it, though, we talk about, you know, especially the last couple games on the road trip where they often struggle. When pitchers are on their game and they're locating pitches, they're pitching ahead in the count, changing speeds, it makes it tough on an offense. And that's no excuse. That's just the facts. I mean, those guys on the mound make a lot of money, too, and they're going to be able to get you out at times, Gibb.
Yeah, you expect always to get them.
Down goes Cervelli via the strikeout. Second for Verlander. Well, Chad Kuhl not only was pitching well last night, Simo, but he was throwing 97, 98.
Yeah, and I mean, that gets on you in a hurry. I mean, in a blink of an eye, and you have to make a decision if it's inside, outside, up, down. And then he was also mixing in a nice little breaking ball. He had a little changeup working, so he was changing speeds extremely well. I'm just glad the road trip is over. The boys get home, and hopefully they can get a W tonight and get back on their winning ways.
Here's Starling Marte now with 2 outs. Marte bounced out to start the ball game.
Want to watch this guy in Comerica Park. He's had pretty good success over his time with some damage. 10 for 18, a couple of homers in Comerica.
Two and 0.
You know, Verlander hardly threw a ball in the first 2 innings, and he struggled this inning, not as good a command. Get behind in the count. There are the numbers updated. 0 for 1 going into today's game.
Verlander in that first inning threw 10 pitches, 9 strikes.
I'm looking heater here, Simo, right down the middle.
Swing and a miss. There it was.
Yeah, it got a little big, but JV had a little extra on there. Right at the top of the zone. Here's the ratio. Still pretty good. I think you would expect your pitcher to be able to throw around 70% strikes.
The 2-1 laid off. That's the pitch that JV wants you to go after, and he laid off nicely that time. 3-1. Again, the red dots indicate anything thrown 95 and above. Frazier waiting on deck.
Okay, so not a big threat to run, but they may have him going to 3-1 count. Not going to do it.
And there's ball 4. That'll put 2 men on. Hit, batter, and a walk in this inning. Here's Chevrolet's most dependable player, Justin Verlander, since July the 8th. We talked about his ERA at 2.31.
And you see the 10.15 Ks per 9. That's pretty hefty. I know he likes to strike out. Simo, you know, he tells me he's trying to get the ball down, get grounders. You think he enjoys striking guys out, or you think he'll master that?
I think he enjoys striking guys out, me personally, but I also believe that as he gets older and he continues to mature, he's about getting quick and easier outs, which allows him to pitch deep into the ball game.
It's like telling me to not overswing on a 3-0 count. I mean, it's just in your DNA.
Slowly to the shortstop, Iglesias. His throw is in time, and that'll end the inning. They threaten but do not score. counter among active pitchers, the lowest career ERA in interleague play.
Well, Ivanova down there in 4th position. Clayton Kershaw on the DL. How about Kluber's performance? He's really rolling right now for the Indians. Johnny Cueto. That's a minimum 100 innings pitched.
Cabrera looks at a strike from Nova, who has not been able to get through the first 2 innings unscathed. The Tigers got 1 in the first, 2 in the second. Now the 0-1. Mickey had a single. That was back in the first, did not score. Nova is 1-1. Pull to left field. That ball is going to get down. It'll go to the wall. Extra bases for Cabrera. He will chug into second with his second hit, a double.
Boy, Miggy. Not the only guy had it figured right down there, Simo.
The big fella getting the bat hit out in front on a breaking ball.
Yeah, that ball was down and in. He went right down there, pulled it down to the corner.
Little change piece there, Gibby.
Yep.
Stays down and through it, head down.
Not drifting. Now, Simo, another subject. We were talking in the open today about the trade deadline, how it affects players. You know, does it affect Miggy? Does it affect the pitchers, the guys that might be traded? Now, I kind of said it didn't bother me. I said it's not a lot of pressure compared to what you do every day. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I don't think it's pressure on the field. I think it's pressure walking in the clubhouse every day and being uncertain. Again, I talk about relationships, and you build great relationships in the game of baseball. And some of these guys are your best friends. You hang with them every single day. You have hitting routines. You work together in the outfield, infield, whatever position you play. And I think it's more about that. You know, walking in the clubhouse and knowing one day your buddy might not be there.
Tell me about a time, though, when you were at trade deadline and you acquired somebody. Did that lift you guys? Oh,
it fires me up. I remember getting Sean Casey. I remember getting Casey in 2006, and to know that we were missing a big left-handed bat, somebody that could be productive and lengthen in our lineup. And so when guys add pieces, man, you feel like everybody's together. Not only the guys in the clubhouse, but you feel like the front office is on board, and they truly believe that we can win.
He 1-1 to Castellanos. Well, you heard Dallas Keuchel a couple of days ago saying that he was kind of disappointed that the Astros front office didn't do much more. So, I guess these guys do pay attention to, what adding a piece can do to the chemistry and the feeling of the clubhouse.
Well, they still got time, and I'm not sure if Dallas Keuchel handled that the right way. But players this day and age are more vocal, and they express their true feelings.
Little chopper left side of the infield, Mercer. And out by a step is Castellanos, one gone. What do you think about that, Gibby? Obviously he was a little bit frustrated. They've got a very good team, but they could certainly use some help in the rotation, and Keuchel kind of articulated that.
I think that as a manager, that's not what you want to hear. You can understand it. I think that it's probably smoother if you don't, but if that's what they're feeling, it's good to know too. And on the other hand, you want to try and regulate that. I know, just talking to a few guys before the game today, the guys have done a pretty good job bouncing back. They've got new guys and they've welcomed them, and they just want to win ball games. They don't care where they play.
Mikey lines one to left. That's a base hit. Cabrera will stop at third, and Matuk with a sharp single.
Mikey struck out in his first at bat, and it was on a breaking ball. He got behind the count on a tough pitch, and he's up there wailing. Boom, 2 outs, runners in scoring position. Did a good job of bringing those hands in. Didn't drip. That foot goes down. He stays right there. Correct route to the ball. He barrels that. That's when you're doing good, when you're feeling good. No energy in the legs, not jumping at the ball, just setting yourself up in that ready position. And everything's natural.
Simo, do you have any insight on the work that Bull and Lloyd have done with Mikey Matuk to turn him into a really good second half hitter?
Well, I do have a little bit. I had a real nice conversation with both of the hitting instructors here, Lloyd and Bull, and they talked about standing him more upright If you watch him in the batter box too, his back elbow, you see him kind of flapping it a little bit. That's just a reminder to keep it down, because when his hands goes back to load up to separation, where his hands are back and his front foot's down, he can get a little bit carried away. The elbow kind of gets too high. So those little minor adjustments that he's made in his swing has helped him out. But look at the elbow there down. But now look at the separation. Little leg kick there. Front foot gets down. But now he can drive down and through the baseball. And I think right now, Mikey not only is hitting the baseball to all fields, but he's hitting with tremendous confidence.
He's hitting the bullets, too.
Bullets.
Well, Victor's swung at the first pitch both at bats. That's why he got the changeup.
Martinez bouncing out in the first inning.
You see the Pirates unable to play the shift with runners on first and third. Normally we got a guy here.
Here's the 1-1.
You see how they're lined. Normally they have one here, one here. Of course, the first baseman's got to hold the runner, and they maybe even slide him over there, but can't do it. Runners on first and third, they got to guard the bases.
Always like watching these at bats too, Mario and Gibb, in this situation. It's situational hitting. The approach at the plate has to get a pitch up to hit to the outfield.
Rolled the first foul. So says Laz Diaz. 2-2 the count on Martinez. Justin Verlander has been good after 3. He has given up just a walk. He's also hit a batter, but he is for the most part shut down the Pirates early on here.
You know, but he's thinking ground ball all the way, 100%, trying to get it. And Victor, you got to try not to roll. Easier said than done.
Swing and a miss, and Victor is down on strikes.
Now we had a situation here when Hicks was up last time, and this is our relativity shot. We said now we got first and third, so go ahead. This is the Romine's he's up. Romine's about Hicks is on third. And here's the important guy right here. Watch him. He's got to come all the way around, and he's got to be available. Go ahead and let it run. Now it didn't matter on this too much. He's just going to say stand up. But if it's a close play, you want to go right. You want to go left. It's very important.
Slow roller back out the middle. Mercer. And Hicks retired. Single double, but Tigers do not score. Host the Minnesota Twins at 7:10 p.m. Fans are invited to stay after the game for a fireworks spectacular. Only 5 fireworks shows remaining in 2017. Tickets can be had by calling 866-66-TIGER or go to tigers.com. Tigers have the Pirates for 2, Minnesota for 3. Then it's back on the road for a short 3-game stint. It'll be McCutchen here in the 4th inning. McCutchen, Bell, and Harrison facing JV. First one is inside, ball 1. Simo, did you notice anything in the last half inning on how the command of Verlander seemed to elude him a little bit?
Yeah, I felt like he started to rush a little bit, getting a little antsy. But now I feel like in this inning he can calm himself down, slow down, and get back to pounding the strike zone.
1-0 is hit in the air to right field. Pretty deep. Going back to the warning track. Aducey runs it down. McCutchen is gone, 1 away. Here is our showstopper tonight. Incredible catches around the league last night. There were a bunch of Puig elevating. How about that one?
Getting up.
Adam Engel up to the wall.
Got Billy Hamilton here.
Wow.
How did he catch that? He was going away from the ball. Glove was in the wrong position. Good concentration, I guess.
Which of those 3 was the most impressive in your mind?
I go Billy Hamilton.
I'm with Gibby on that one, guys. I'm going Billy Hamilton. That was impressive.
Running with his back. Had to turn his glove and awkward. I couldn't even turn my wrist that way.
Bell looks at a ball low. 2-0 now on Josh Bell.
Great plays being made around the major leagues. Things are heating up. Wild card races are awesome. A lot at stake.
The 2-0. 3-0 now on Bell.
You can see now if you're a pitcher right now, he's trying to self-fix this in his head. So he's trying to make an adjustment. He is unable to do so. You can see his frustration there in the 3-0 pitch.
Taking ball 4, a 4-pitch walk for Bell. Second base on balls now for JV.
And Gibby, you know this as a hitter and being in the batter's box, when you're overthinking it, when you're thinking about it too much, it seems to never find that. You never seem to find that real good groove again. So you really have to just trust it. You got to kind of clear your mind, free your mind, and allow yourself to just focus on one particular thing. And for Justin right now, it's just the glove. Find Hicks' glove, focus on that, and hopefully the mechanics, the rhythm, the timing, everything happens, and you're able to get back on track.
You want to watch hit and run with these two.
In there, strike 1 on Harrison.
Harrison can handle the bat a little bit.
Fouled away. 0-2. Harrison a couple of years ago in 2014 made an all-star team, and he actually got some not first place, but some votes for MVP. He would end up finishing 9th, so a top 10 finish for Harrison for a guy that basically was a utility player.
He's a good player, though. He can play third, he can play second, outfield, handle the bat a little bit, run a little bit. He's a good player. In fact, I had a scout call me just prior to the trade deadline to ask me if I had watched him play this year, what I thought. And I like him.
Guys that are labeled utility players are sometimes, you get the feeling that, well, they're guys that can play several different positions, really offer nothing with the bat.
But if they add super utility, that's how you do it.
That was, I think Ben Zobrist was the first guy that was labeled a super utility player.
Kind of like you were named Super Mario.
Absolutely. I knew you'd get there.
I like calling you that, Super Mario.
You always do on Pick
I
and Stick.
know I do. Super Mario.
Or Big M.
Tonight. Big M. That's a good one.
Sometimes we have to put our initials on our stuff to keep them separated.
Yeah.
Mario somehow always puts the Big M.
Yeah, that's what I do. 0-2 on Harrison. Tigers lead 3-0. We're in the 4th inning. And Harrison pops it up foul, back out of play. Battling Verlander here, down on the count 0-2.
JV at 50. 17 balls. That's what 66% strikes.
Gregory Polanco waiting on deck.
God, this is a nice battle. This takes me back, bring back some memories. Justin Verlander on his way to throwing a no-hitter, and this kid in the box breaks it up. Harrison with a little bloop hit up the middle. Remember that?
We do indeed, and ask and you shall receive. May of 2012, Simo, look at this.
Great pitch. How does he even make contact with that?
Stayed on it. Look at him. Didn't pull off it.
Was not about to let that happen.
And JV would end up with a one-hitter, but man, he came real close to getting his 3rd no-hitter, and Harrison broke it up.
Oof.
He'll work it low and outside, 1-2.
I remember, guys, I remember the first no-hitter that he threw against the Milwaukee Brewers here at Comerica Park.
Dude, that was sick, man.
I was playing left field. Mario, I say this all. I did not get one ball. And I was thinking, I mean, was I really a part of Justin Verlander's no-hitter? I was just standing out in left field. But it was fun to watch. I had great seat.
You didn't have to take an air for it?
No.
Fly ball right field. A Ducey under this one. Verlander's going to win this battle. Harrison is out.
I was playing in Kansas City for Brett Saberhagen had one, and the ball went back to the wall, and they dropped a knee on me. I was happy to do it.
You were happy to take it, yeah.
Well, I mean, I just kind of ran into the wall and threw my glove up there. But you know, Sabes, he threw a great game.
But Gib, you're on the balls of your feet though. Like you're so excited. You want to make a play. You don't want the ball to come your way, and you not make the play. Like, man, that was some intense stuff. I loved it.
It's like a World Series game.
It really was.
Kind of hold your breath most of the game, and then just get a quick read.
What is it like with 2 outs in a no-hitter, and you're standing out in left field, Simo? I mean, are you thinking, don't hit it to me, or hit it to me?
No, I wanted the ball. That's why I'm not happy about not getting one. I wanted a ball. I wanted to make a play. If it had to be a diving play, going on the wall, whatever it took, I wanted to make a play, because I was watching JV, man, and he was locked in. He was fired up. I mean, he's throwing 102, I think, that day. I mean, it was a special night to be out in left field and to watch a young Justin Verlander just do work.
Yeah, you watch him go a couple innings here, you'll see that same look. I was in 3. Jack Morris, Saberhagen, and then Fernando. 3-0. Fernando Valenzuela. He made a couple good plays for me, anyway. Sparky didn't replace. We didn't replace outfielders at that time. I think our roster was like 23 or 24 those that year. Now it's up to 25.
Meanwhile, 3-0 on Polanco. He'll take 3-0. Strike call.
Look at most of the pitches are to the glove side. He's yanking them. So you know he's out there trying to do the fix. Hard to execute, though.
Again, the red dots indicate a pitch 95 and above, which you'll see quite a few of with Justin on the mound. He's got a 3-1 count here on Polanco. Fly to left field his first time up. And he walked in ball 4. So now, again, for the 2nd straight inning, 2 on, without the benefit of a hit. 3 Verlander walks in this game. Here's Jordy Mercer. Rich Doobie, the Tigers pitching coach, charting, keeping a close eye on JV.
Sometimes you just get frustrated. You need a little breather. But nobody's visiting.
Well, because Gisby, you know this, and Murray, I'm sure you know this as well. The elite pitchers, they make the adjustment. Even when they don't have their best stuff, they find a way to get outs. And that's what Justin Verlander has been able to do throughout his career. So I don't see any reason why he won't be able to get back on track in this contest.
Yeah, I think just if you see a guy lose his composure, you want to get to it.
There's a line drive right at Kinsler to end the inning. Here in the bottom of the fourth inning, and the Tigers will take their swings now against Ivan Nova. It'll be Romine to get it going. And Romine looks at a strike, 0-1. Then Iglesias and then Kinsler. The Tigers 3 runs, 7 hits in this game. Much different than the ball club and how they looked the last 2 nights in Pittsburgh. Big swing there by Romine.
Yeah, good game so far. JB's throwing well. He's at 58 pitches and through 4 innings. That's less than 15 per inning. Tigers got some runs.
Line drive to right, base hit. Romine yanks into right field. That'll be a leadoff single. Let's check in with Trevor Thompson now for a Dodge game break.
Well, Mario, it is Oakland University night here at the ballpark, and Jake Woollick, the vice president of the Grizz Gang, is here with a couple of members of the Grizz Gang. Who are you with here, Jake, and tell us what the Grizz Gang is all about.
First of all, thank you, Trevor, for having us on. We are all e-board members on Grizz Gang. This is John and Brandon. I'm the vice president this year. Basically, we're a student-run organization on campus. We support all of the athletic programs. We focus mainly on basketball. But really, we got a ton of great athletic programs at Oakland University, a great basketball team, and this year is going to be our year to be put on the map. We got a lot of talent this year, one of the best coaches in all of basketball and a great athletic director, so we are a campus group that really just supports them as much as we possibly can.
A little TV exposure never hurts as far as promoting your group goes. Tell me what's special about the Grizz Gang, what you guys are doing from the inside.
Well, from the inside, we plan out some events that we want to do for each game. You know, we have some whiteouts, some blackouts, however we want to do it. But mainly what we want to do is we want to create a student atmosphere for the energy of the game. We want to get the arena, our arena on campus, as loud as it possibly can be every game, and just get all the students involved, reach out to the freshmen, everybody, and just get them down to the game, because we really, when we sell the arena out, we really have a great turnout, and it's just very loud, and it's really unparalleled to a lot of the basketball programs in the NCAA.
So any students on campus or future students who want to go to OU, how would they get involved with the Grizz Gang?
Really, you could just go on Grizz.orgs and sign up there. Come to our meetings. We'll post on Grizz.orgs. really, if you run into me on campus, just come see Jake. I'm very personable. I can let you know anything about the Grizz gang, or just come see me at the games. I'm always front row. All of us are always front row, Brandon and John. And just come see us. We got a lot of good stuff going on this year. A VIP program where you can get in before the game. A lot of stuff that we're really introducing this year, because this is going to be our year. We're going to be put on the map. We got a big test. We got some big games this year against Syracuse and Kansas and those Spartans, and this is going to be our year where we're going to beat them. So we're really excited for that.
Bold predictions up here, Mario. Bold predictions.
You got to dream big, don't you, Trev?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That ball.
And these guys also know, guys, that you can watch the Tigers on Fox Sports Go, and that is sponsored by Oakland University, of course.
Nice.
Of course.
Shout out as well to Greg Campy, the head basketball coach.
Go Grizzlies, go Tigers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Woo! The spirit is alive and well in these guys.
0-2 on Iglesias. Iggy watches it bounce in. Shout out again to Greg Campy, the head basketball coach at OU. Was battling some health issues recently, but he's in good shape, getting ready to go, and getting ready to get his team fired up for another season. And that basketball team at Oakland University, both the men's and women's, great jobs.
Outstanding, and we do wish him the best. And I know his old buddy Tom Izzo, though they hook up on the basketball court, passes his best along as well.
Yeah, they do it every year, and they put together some really good matchups when OU plays Michigan State. Usually good games. They played at the Palace last year, and that turned out to be an outstanding game.
You know, I give Oakland University credit, because that's kind of the Tom Izzo theory. He plays as tough a schedule as he can. You can't run from the big boys. That hardens you for the big run, the big stretch, NCAAs.
Here's the 1-2. Bouncing ball back towards second. This might be a double play. A 4-6 and a 3. Iglesias out by half a step. 2 gone.
Yeah, Taylor made double play right here. Iggy, you know, had been off on the bereavement list for 3 days. It's always a little sluggish, and a little tricky to try and come back and haven't played in a day or two. But unfortunately, double play there. I'll leave it up to Ian Kinsler.
And Kinsler with a big night single and a homer. Kinsler singled and scored in the first, hit a homer in the second, a solo shot. Drilled to center field. McCutcheon going back, still going back, and he runs it down.
Oh,
Simo, you almost had another one.
oh, that hurts, guys. That hurts. Nice play there by Kutch.
Kinsler in the first has a single and a home run in his next at bat, and here he makes another bid for it. Craig Monroe's guy and picked the stick, and Andrew McCutcheon goes a long way. Turns his back on the ball, but he's done this a time or two and runs exactly to the spot and denies Kinsler and the Tigers. Thought he had it. It's out of many ballparks, but not here.
Looked good off the bat.
It sounded good too, Mario.
Yeah. Well, here is Jaso to lead things off as we go to the top of the fifth. Now, we've heard many guys, Simo, talk about how frustrating it can be in this ballpark to hit one 400, 410 and not get rewarded. Most of the guys that complain are visitors who are not used to playing in this ballpark. But when you hit a ball like that and you get not a piece of reward for it, that's got to be a little bit of a frustrating feeling. No,
it really is, guys. And playing here, and I remember me and Marcus and Curtis Granderson, we'd all say we got commercial because we would hit a ball to 418, 415, which is a home run in every other ballpark. But here, it's an out. It makes you change your swing, which you shouldn't. I'm not telling kids that they should, but what it does is it makes you change your swing. It makes you start thinking, okay, well, I should pull the ball a little bit more. Especially being an outfielder, you're a productive hitter. You're looked upon to hit home runs and driving runs. So I would kind of change my approach a little bit, get a little closer to the dish, and not think center. I think left center a little bit more.
Yeah. Yank. Now, Simo, I believe the park was bigger than it is now in your first years, was it not?
Yes.
That ball drilled in the air toward right center field. Long run for Matuk, and he'll get there.
I mean, I'm sure the pitchers enjoy the spacious commercial park, especially dead center, because it allows them to pound the strike zone. They're not afraid of getting beat, especially to the big part of the field. But as a hitter, you just don't like it because that's your approach. Your approach is to think to the big part of the field, put you in a position to hit both breaking balls and also hit the fastball away. Well, when you're thinking that here, at times you make a good swing, it's a long out. And you come back in the dugout too, Gibby. And you've probably heard me say some things I shouldn't say now, but I'd run back in the dugout and guys want to hit you on the book. Oh, good swing, good swing. I'm like, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear good swing. This is a results-oriented game. I need results.
Yeah, well, it's very deep out there, up the middle of this field.
But if you have Gibby's power, guys, it doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean, if you got that kind of power, it doesn't matter how big the field is. He'll go big fly anywhere.
Yeah, Gibby had light tower power.
Oh,
yeah. Now, so this is
clutch power too.
This area here, that's where the big boys like Simo go. Okay, but the other thing, Sparky, he used to want that long grass and soft sand right there. He really made it tough. He said you don't get paid to hit ground balls. You got to hit line drives. And those are the ones that turn into homers as well. Of course, the bandbox that I played in Old Tiger Stadium is a little different. What was it, 325 down the line, but it had a 10-foot overhang in right field, the upper deck, so that's 315. And we practiced hooking the baseball over that way.
That was my next question, Gibby. What did you do? Did you get up on the dish and just pull?
Just turned everything over.
Turn and burn.
I mean, I didn't change, and I came up in '79. I didn't change until '88. When I went to Dodger Stadium, you had to change because he just kill you. You had to use the whole field. So you can complain about it, but you can also adapt if you have the ability. That's the moral of the story.
Up and in.
I think most hitters, though, Gib, if you talk to most hitters want to be able to use the whole field, be able to drive the ball the opposite way. When they come inside, pull the baseball. But I also believe at times that can work against you. I like your approach. You knew where you were hitting that at home. You got up on the dish. You were looking to pull the baseball. Now that I think back, I wish I would have done that too. I wish I would have got even closer to the plate and made that outside pitch an inside pitch for me or a middle pitch. And that way my timing would dictate where I hit it, but I would be trying to pull it a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, you tell me when you went to Fenway Park where you're trying to hit it. The monster.
I was definitely trying to hit it over the monster.
From the left side. And, you know, looking at it now, these guys use shorter bats, lighter bats. We use the longer and the heavier. And it probably makes sense because you have more bat speed with the shorter bats. It's a lot lighter. You can get on it. You get on the dish, like you say, Simo. With the long bat, you had to get, you know, it was a longer swing. It was good to get jammed, though, you know. Because you get jammed, you got a chance.
Well, they say good hitters do get jammed.
It's also hard on your thumbs.
3-2 on Cervelli. Fly ball, slicing. Adduci is on the move, still coming. Running catch by Jim Adduci. Nice play by the Tigers right fielder. 2 gone.
Boom, right off the bat here, guys. Take a look at Adduci, though, getting a real nice jump on this ball, and ball off a right-handed bat is going to continue to tail fade towards the right, towards the line. But look how he just continued to keep his eyes on it, and he gets to a point and makes an outstanding grab.
Right in the webbing. Look at JV.
JV's like, whoo, thank God he got there.
It's like JV wanted that one in the basket earlier. But that one sliced quite a bit on the deuce.
Ball 1 to Marte. Ground out and a walk for Starling Marte.
See, JV's getting that look on his face right now.
Yeah, you're getting to that point in the game. We're in the 5th inning now with 2 outs. It'll chopper to third base. It is a foul ball. Walk and a hit batter in the 3rd. 2 walks in the 4th, but JV able to pitch out of both of those problems.
Trying to get a ball from Nick there. He ended up giving it to the kids, but all right.
You're a kid.
That's what I told him. I'm a kid. Get a ball.
Sliced foul, 1-2. There's the young man that got it.
Yeah, just having some fun with him. I know, Gibby, Mario, you guys remember that? Remember when you didn't have cameras with you all the time? You couldn't capture that moment?
No, yeah, absolutely.
Captured every moment now. Even moments you don't want to be captured.
I was about to say that. There are some where you don't want to be captured.
Like when you're taking a bath or something like that?
Well, I wasn't going to go that far, but maybe like a bad hair day or something.
No, oh, well, I know about those.
Yeah, that's every day.
When you come down here, did your dad ever say, you know, go get this guy's autograph, go get it, do this, do that?
No. I would do it on my own.
You'd be on your own. He'd be shoving me down there.
Is that right?
Come on, come and get it.
Adduci. Oh,
Lights.
Man, light ball there. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire. For tires and auto service, everybody needs a Bell Tire guy. And by Chevrolet, go for thrilling drives and deals at the Chevy Summer Drive. Chevrolet, find new roads. Oakland University night here at the ballpark tonight. OU and the Grizz in the building. Moz has some new friends. Here is Aducey, who swings and misses as we go to the bottom of the fifth. Aducey, Cabrera, Castellanos. Jim Aducey had to battle it. It appeared to give you the lights on that last line drive.
Yeah, it was in the lights. You could just tell the way he was shying away from it. You see it, but you don't really see it. It goes in and it's very shiny. If you would look right into a car light or the light here at the ballpark someday, you would find out that those are very powerful and can be tricky.
Pulled foul, 1-2. Now that play happened quickly, but is there anything you can do as an outfielder to combat that when you know the ball is lost in the lights? I mean, how do you try and kind of remain patient?
Yeah, you try and get an angle. And you just got to battle it most times, but you try and position yourself in a fashion that you'll be able to get an angle on the ball that's hit to you.
Ducey strikes out. One gone. Coming off the field, the boys are giving him a little bit of a hard time. Hey, made the play at all accounts.
That would have been an error if he would have missed that.
5 strikeouts for Nova. Here's Miggy, who's had himself a night, a single and a double. Oh, 0-1.
Missed that hanger right there.
Cabrera was just 4 for 26 on the road trip, but 2 hits tonight. Slice to the second baseman on one hop, Frazier. And there are 2 gone. Well, you know, on the road trip, Johnny Kane was in the reporter's role, and he did nothing but eat at every ballpark we went to. Trev, you're in the reporter's role here tonight.
Apparently, Mario, that's what they think we reporters do is eat. Well, the crew is in on all of this, but Johnny Kane actually runs, he exercises. I don't do any of that. So I'm not going to eat this. I'm going to pass this food around. Who wants food? Want some food? Want a burger? Burger back there. Hey, some food? You want a burger? Have a burger.
Is that normally
have some roasted potatoes?
Is that Johnny Kane's portion right there? Is that his normal order?
This is Johnny Kane's portion right here, guys. Oh, wow. That's a Johnny Kane size meal right there. Well, you like some of that? Tortellini, you a big fan of that?
Oh my goodness.
I had some of that tonight. That was good.
Who wants tortellini?
They're going to feast tonight.
What else we got over there?
What else? Trev wants to know.
Yeah.
Here's a bender in for a strikeout. Castellanos 0-2.
We're short on forks, Mario.
I'll get some down to you quickly.
You guys are always complaining I don't bring anything up to you, but
right.
It's the fans. That's what we're all about here,
yeah.
The fans. We're going to feed them.
Well, tortellini's turned into finger food tonight, apparently.
Why don't you see what's in there?
Pulled in the air to left field, and it's going to be caught on the run by Marte. And Simo, we'll see you on postgame, buddy.
Yeah, kiss me off while I eat my dessert.
Attaboy.
I'm eating my brownie. Sorry. Thanks, Johnny Kane.
Adam Frazier leads it off as we go to the 6th inning tonight at the ballpark. Tigers up 3-0 here over the Pirates. Frazier, McCutchen, Bell, 2, 3, and 4 facing JV. Verlander's 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
JV been pretty good so far. Got a good game going. You got to make sure you take away this little thing here. Frazier may be thinking of.
3 walks and a hit batter, the only base runners tonight for the Pirates. Swing and a miss.
Good life, good late life on it. 96 miles an hour. You can see the ball is tailing. Late tail.
Frazier has put the ball on the ground twice in this game. And he pops this in the air to center field. Going to be playable for Matuk. 1 gone. Time now for the AT&T reliability stat of the game. When you talk about starting pitchers and their numbers in interleague play, well, Justin's right up there.
Well, Mark Burley has the most. Behind Cologne is Justin Verlander. He's had some experience, and I know that a lot of the pitchers like to hit in interleague play. Of course, they don't do that in the American League Park. I know there's been some talk that they should switch it, so here the fans can see the National League game. So they do the regular game here, and then in Pittsburgh's park they would do the DH. What do you think about that?
I kind of like that idea. I think it's different. I think interleague play obviously is was brought upon to be something different. Chop to the shortstop. Iglesias has it there in the hop, and McCutchen is out. 2 gone.
I know many said they didn't like interleague play, which I don't know how you can't like it, and then that was in the same in line with they didn't like the wild card situation, which that's turned out to be great. And if you look at it right now, outstanding races in both leagues. Pirates are in it. They're not very far back at all. They're 3.5 back.
Here is Josh Bell. Two outs, nobody on here in the 6th, and Bell in this game with a strikeout and a walk. Ball 1. Jim Leland used to say, if it's good for baseball, it's good for me. And a lot of times he was talking about interleague play or that second wild card.
Yeah, the Pirates only 3 behind the leader, Chicago. Milwaukee stumbled a little bit.
1 ball and 1 strike.
They talk about having to jump over teams, which is true. It's tough and tricky. I tell you, Clint Hurdle, since he's been here in Pittsburgh, he really has done a good job of staying in it. And here's the wild card in the National League.
Ground ball off the glove of the third baseman Castellanos into left field. On his way to second is Bell, and he is in there with what I assume will be a double. A diving try by Nick, but he just couldn't haul it in. It's a double. And that'll be the first hit of the game for the Pirates here in the 6th. That was one of those plays that you see in every no-hit bid. There's one of those plays that saves it, and he almost did it there.
Well, he just got done moving off the line a little bit. The ball's hit sharply. He didn't get up and run as fast as he could have right here in this ball. And Bell is hustling all the way. Reads that Nick Castellanos is not getting there as quickly as he can. Makes it a double.
And a look of disappointment on the face of JV, and I loved Cabrera walking to the mound there, the veteran from one vet to another. There's a ball outside to Josh Harrison.
Well, you can't get the no-hitter now, but I'll take the one-hitter and the shutout.
Harrison pop up and a fly out. First hit of the game here in the 6th for Pittsburgh. Now, JV has the 2 no-hitters in his career. Of course, the first one he threw against Milwaukee in 07, then against the Blue Jays in 2011, and since then he's come close on several occasions.
Yeah, he's probably got another 1 or 2 into his before he retires?
I would think so. He still has that dominant stuff. The 1-1. Right off his foot. 1-2 on Harrison.
He already got the pad on. Look at there, and he missed it. Got a little bit of that toe hanging out there. You can see he protects the shin right here and the top of the foot. You got to throw one down in again and see if it works again.
That is right to the first baseman Cabrera, who hauls it in. Nothing comes of the 2-out double. No-hit bid spoiled for JV with 2 outs in the 6th. And now the Tigers batting here in the 6th. Matuk, Martinez, Hicks.
Tigers got a tag on here. We kind of were in suspense to see if JV could continue to no-hit the Pirates. Give him a little bit of a rest. He's got 84 pitches.
And Matuk looks at a strike on the outer edge.
Nova's throwing a pretty good game himself.
He really is. In the first couple of innings, gave up 1 in the first, 2 in the second, but since has not allowed anything. He's got a double play ball, got a 1-2-3 in the 5th. It'll dive blowing away. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Good job by Mikey right there, laying off the breaking ball. You've seen several of them. He struck out on that pitch in his first at bat. So you have to make that adjustment and got to hit that fastball probably up the middle or the other way, especially if you get 2 strikes.
Pulled through again. Matuk has another single to left. 2 more hits tonight for Mikey.
Well, let's look at his side swing right here. And what he's not going to do, he doesn't drift. This is from the front angle. It's then he pulls his hands in nicely. He's rewarded through the hole. Look at the side. He's very calm, got his arms up. Very compact, good balance. Mikey 2 hits again tonight.
Here is Martinez, ground out strikeout for Victor. Playing to pull on Martinez. Not nearly as deep at second as Frazier because of the base runner. And a swing and a foul tip.
Victor's, I think he swung at the first pitch each at bat tonight, so he's very anxious. Grounded out in the first, struck out in the third. I think he's probably only seen about 3 or 4 pitches. This is when you get a guy on, you want to have seen as many as you can. But when you get where you're not swinging the bat good, it's hard to lay off it. You tell yourself sometimes, I'm going to take a strike, or I'm going to take 2 strikes. Sure enough, you end up swinging, or it's, you know, right down the middle and you've taken a good pitch.
Tigers tonight have gotten the leadoff man on in 5 of the 6 innings so far. 2 of them have come around to score.
But you know, early in the count is a great count to swing the bat. The numbers will show you. Average is high.
Nova began his career in the Yankees system, spent parts of 7 years with the Yankees before the Pirates acquired him a little after the deadline last year.
Look at, he threw a ball over there, Mikey was not even off the bag. Looks like Nova's laboring a bit. Did that on his own. Something wrong with him?
He doesn't look right, does he?
No.
Just that look on his face. Oh, and 1 on Victor.
One to one. We're talking about early count swing. Numbers will tell you. Count. Look at the Tigers. A little bit below 0-1, above the major league average, and 1-0, trailing a bit. But we looked at this with runners in scoring position, and it's about the same for the Tigers. So above, and you wonder why 0-1. I'm trying to figure that one out. That seemed like it'd be somewhat of a defensive swing. But in reality, I think that 0-1, you're going to see quite a few fastballs because pitchers tend to pitch backwards. Like the 1-0, you'll get the change up and the breaking ball. You get me over curveball to a righty if there's a right-hander pitching. So we also looked at 2 strikes with you know, late in the game, runners in scoring position. Tigers also do well there. It's only like 185. The major league average is like 170 something.
The 1-2. Victor rolls it foul, first base side.
So here you go. Tigers with 2 strikes above the average. So when you wonder, I'm looking at it and saying, well, why aren't we scoring runs? Well,
right.
in reality, the Tigers are like 4th in runs. But what happens is the Tigers do swing and miss a bit. So when you swing and miss, obviously you're not going to score any runs. And, though they're 4th, they could score more. But numbers-wise, the pitching has been lagging to where they expected it to be. And that's probably the culprit.
Swing and a foul, and Martinez stays alive.
No, you can't put it all on the pitchers either. We have not defended well this year, right? So
I would agree with that. Yeah.
The defense
overall
hurts the pitchers. So what do they say? The tailbone's connected to the hip bone.
Hip bone.
So everything affects it. And then earlier in the year, I don't think we ran the bases up to capability. So there's some runs we probably gave up there. We made some outs on the bases. So the numbers are what they are, and you try to correct and adjust.
Ball too high to Martinez.
Seems like a lot of fastballs. I would guess right here something off speed. The account you might want to consider running Mikey Matuk. Victor hits the ball on the ground quite a bit when he puts it in play. If it's an off-speed pitch, that's where you want to run anyway. Got to have a little bigger lead over there.
High fly ball in the air to left center. McCutcheon running over, circling.
Tag and read it.
Victor is out, and Matuk will hold at first base, 1 away. Swing up John Hicks.
Yeah, Victor hit it in the air, And it's a good read by Mikey Matuk. Watch him. He's going to go back. Retreat. He's going to read where this ball is coming in. If that ball's coming into here, you retreat, and he does. That ball's right coming in hot on the money. Don't just go there, stand, and give a little fake. You want to take off with a good, honest start and read that ball. If it's off base, you continue on to second. If it's on base, you return and retreat.
Hicks the batter, and he'll look at a strike at the outer edge. Hicks a double and a run scored back in the second. He is 1 for 2 starting tonight for James McCann, who gets the night off. Tigers on top 3-0. They scored 3 early runs, but Nova has kept them off the board since.
They get a little more. He has no move at all.
In the air toward left field. And going to be caught on the move by Marte, advancing, or Matuk trying to advance, will head back, and there are 2 gone. That'll leave it up to Romine. A couple of fly ball outs.
No, I was just looking at Mikey over there. Like I said, I have not seen a good move from Nova yet. Just kind of lob throws over there. His hardest throw. There's not anything to be scared about. Even if you don't go, you want to make him think you're going to go. Maybe he rushes. Maybe he throws Romine a fastball. And he gets a cookie, makes a mistake.
Ooh, try to hold up Romine. Went around.
Again, sometimes you're just trying to influence the pitcher's direction. So you're out here, you can take that leg and just, you know, flinch it. It's a little bigger there. You can flinch that leg. You're watching right here. Let's move it first.
Yeah, Mikey was 2 steps toward the bag, and Nova stepped off.
He was counting him down. Sometimes you do it on the count. Might throw one over here this time, or he's going to hold it long. I always like to go back to back. It's in his head now. You've done a good job. I think you make a good throw over there. Oh, that would have been a good one to run on.
Drilled to left field, and look out. Another ball in the lights. Marte stayed with it. with former Tigers. 2017 Field of Dreams Fantasy Camp takes place August 25 through 27. 313-471-2550 for more info, or go to tigers.com. The Field of Dreams Fantasy Camp. Justin Verlander goes back to the mound here in the 7th. Gregory Polanco leads it off. Polanco, Mercer, Jaso.
Yeah, you're hoping for some early outs. 89 pitches right now here through the 7th. Get out of here by the 100. Get another inning out of JV. Maybe turn it over to Greeny. Doing a good job as the new closer. Have you noticed the celebration between McCann and Greeny after the game when he does the save?
Yeah, they have some kind of little. I'm trying to remember what it is. Kind of smack each other around a little bit, don't they?
Yeah, it's a tough thing.
1-2 on Polanco. A 2-out double by Josh Bell in the 6th inning was the first hit, and right now the only hit for Pittsburgh. JV had that look in his eye early on in this game. There might be something special going on. In foul ground, Castellanos, Nicholas there, one gone.
Hey, let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch. Justin Verlander having a heck of a day. Looked really comfortable right from the beginning. In the first inning, he got a couple of calls, and you can see he's sawing guys off. He's moving by his balls up and around the zone. I thought, well, this might be one of those special days. In the last inning he came, but unfortunately did give up a hit. But so far so good. 6 in the 3rd innings, only 1 hit. He's walked 3 and struck out a couple.
He'll pump one in there for a strike. 0-1. 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
There you go in detail.
Mercer is 0 for 2, and he'll take the ball low.
As a pitcher, you're thinking about no hitter. I can see the look on JV's face. But now you got to regroup. The disappointment can't affect or influence what goes on beyond here. You got to shut it down. You got to go for the one hitter and the shut piece.
Good breaking ball there inside part of the plate. 1-2. Swing and a miss.
That's nasty.
2 outs.
Great sequence through 2 big breaking balls. Now I know he says he doesn't throw a cutter, so we'll call that a slider. This is much shorter. It looks like a heater coming out. Late action, disappears. Down he goes.
Verlander has always been a very good second half pitcher. In fact, in the second half in his career, he's 30 games over 500. He's 80 and 50. And his ERA is a little under 3.5. And he's putting together another good second half this year. That's when most guys are starting to wear down.
Well, I think most guys, as hard as JV throws and as many pitches and innings as he's thrown, I think most guys would have tired for a season by then. But you're talking about the second half, and you're right. He has a way. He just finds a way, and his mechanics are a lot better. I remember we were going to draft him. The Tigers brought in footage. We all watched it as coaches, and they were concerned about his mechanics. Would he be able to make it? And he
Really?
made a few, oh yeah, he made a few adjustments, and he's very durable. He's a horse.
Because it seems like his mechanics are so fluid now, and I don't know what they were like back then.
Well, he had kind of a recoil.
Ah.
They don't like that. Caballo. Horse.
He has been a horse, to be sure. One and two on John Jaso. Swing and a miss. Took a big hack. JV another strikeout and a 1-2-3-7.
Found the hook that inning.
Tigers baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. Tigers home screen icons, app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcast, StatCast news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. I don't know about you, Gibby, but that app on my phone gets a workout.
Yeah, it does. You can tool around. You can watch a game, watch several games. You can just have one on the box score, which we've always got more than one game going on. Multitasking. Got great videos and highlights.
Lacey's chopper to third base. Harrison, quick throw, got it.
Here's the 1-800 call Sam call of the game. Ian Kinsler, what a night he's had so far. First inning, leads off with a single. Talking about him swinging the longer bat in BP. Then he comes up in the second inning with that shorter bat, launches it to left field. That was a solo home run. That put the Tigers up 3-0. That's where we stand right now. And he had another one at the center field wall in the fourth inning, making a bid. Simo picked him tonight, and he's making him look pretty smart. Simo's
grinning right now. Nova brings it home and throws up and in to Kinsler.
Got 8 points.
Ian now has been on base in 25 of his last 27 games. Nova slings one outside and the count goes 2-0.
Just look at that at bat. Single by Kinsler in the first, home run, deep fly ball in the fourth, and here in the seventh he throws one up and in, then goes curve ball. So you come back and you review it, it all makes sense, doesn't it? So when you're a hitter, you're kind of trying to predict that. You're trying to have a good idea what's coming. Not that you can cheat or sit on all of them, but you react on many of them, but you tell yourself to look in an area. And if it's in that area, you let her go.
Oakland University night tonight here at the ballpark.
Obviously school is not in session.
Yeah. Here's the 3-1. It'll be a walk, and Kinsler aboard again. First walk of the ball game for Nova.
Up to the deuce.
Deuce 0 for 3 tonight with a couple of strikeouts and a flyout.
Again, I'm Ian Kinsler. I'd like to get off. I don't think Nova's got any great move. Put some pressure on him. Open that hole up for the deuce to pull it right in there, and we'll have first to third and one out.
Strike one.
Look, Ian, he does it a little differently. He kind of tries to get a walking lead all the time. You'll see he'll take a short lead and he'll kind of start walking off. If he hits it right, he'll take off. See, you look back at Omar Vizquel right there. So he's going to try and start walking. Got him a heater right there. Thinking, is he going? He wants to get, Nova wants to give his catcher a good ball to throw him out on. They've already hit and run once in this game with this pair. See, that move is not a good move. Here's Clarkie giving the signs. You got it, Big M? What's on?
Here's the 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Ducey. Clarkie again.
A lot of the time the belt means hold, and it can depend on how many times you hit it, or if it's the first thing or the last thing that you hit.
How often through the course of the season will you change the signs?
Just depends how many guys you trade or you acquire. The key is if
you trade a guy away, for sure you're changing him.
Well, it depends if you're going to play him, and sometimes some guys don't remember the signs very good. So I'm serious.
That's what doesn't matter then.
Well, they can do the handshakes now. They can.
Those are no problem.
They'll confuse me to death with those. They have a hard time with those signs. Not all of them, but I mean sometimes you have to have special signs for certain guys.
Here's a 3-1. Runner goes. Ball 4 high. Ducey gets a walk. So Nova now with back-to-back base on balls.
Well, just like we promised earlier in the game, it's Miller time. Brought to you by Miller Lite. Miguel Cabrera struggled. Came off a really, really tough road trip. Came in today. I picked him as my guy and picked a stick first inning. Maybe it's a CNI single, but nevertheless it is. And he comes back up in the 3rd inning with a double. Ball chasing in under his hands, pulls the hands in. It's been a while since Miggy's had 2 hits. Look at him. What's he going to do here? We got 1st and 2nd. 1 out.
Ray Searage.
Like to see him launch one up a gap.
LeBlanc, the left-hander, warming up. So as Nova approaches 100, he's at 91 right now. We'll see what transpires here with Cabrera coming up. Two out of 3 for Miguel. Kinsler at second, and Ducey at first. Miggy a chance to bust it open. 3-0 Tigers.
Going to go for the double play. Get it up.
Strike 1.
Oh man, come on.
That's exactly what Cabrera's thinking.
That's terrible.
David Rackley hearing about it now from Miguel.
Yeah, that's a tough one to miss there. Miggy doesn't usually say too much. That ball's well inside. Miggy saw that good. He missed the target. Ball's in off the plate. Nevertheless, 0-1. You got to go back to work. Come in there again.
Now it's 0-2. Did you ever have an umpire admit to you, yeah, I might have missed that one when you're at the plate?
Yeah, they're talking right now. I mean, looks like the umpire is. He knows he doesn't want to go to battle with Miggy, but it's just gone on a little longer. And if you're Brad, you might want to come out here before he gets thrown out. But Miggy doesn't usually speak like that, so he knows he missed it by now for sure. So you always follow him. If something bad happens here, I would be concerned about Miguel not making it through the rest of the game.
Huh. Now the 0-2. Rolled foul.
Can work the other way too. Something good can happen. That bats he got right there. I can see a curveball somewhere along the line right here.
Swing and a miss.
Got a
foul
piece.
tip that just barely got in there was the breaking ball.
If you check out Cervelli, watch how late he's holding his position. Many times catchers will move early. He knows Kinsler's on second and has the ability to relay location to Miggy. But watch, he's going to sit right there. He's not going to move. He may fake one way and then go another way.
Oh, he hit him up and in, and Cabrera is drilled. He had him 0-2 in the count. He hits Miggy, and that's going to load the bases.
Well, Pittsburgh believes in throwing inside. And sometimes they get away. Just missed his hand, I hope. Hopefully got him on the forearm. Yeah, no, just below the elbow. I think he's one of the few guys that doesn't wear an elbow protector right there. You get hit square in the elbow, boy, it really can hurt.
Big chance now for Castellanos. They are loaded up with 1 out. RBI single in the first. He is 1 for 3 tonight. Nova now at 96 pitches. Ball 1. Tigers have him loaded with Kinsler. He is at third base to Ducey and Cabrera. Nova trying to wiggle out of a 7th inning jam and keep it a 3-0 game.
Want to get something up in the zone. See, they always come into these guys.
Drill to the gap in right center field. That ball is going to get down and go to the wall. This is going to score 3 runs. Nick is on his way to third, and that's going to be his 8th triple of the year. 6-0 Tigers.
Here comes Clint. That's going to be it for Ivan Nova. Gets ahead in the count. Nick Castellanos gets the ball right down the middle. They're trying to get it in on him. Leave it out over the plate just a little bit. Don't get it in there, and he smokes it. Cleans him up. 3 runs, 6 hit.
Castellanos comes through with his league high 8th triple. It's going to be a wall side windows pitching change. Wade LeBlanc comes in.
Nothing. Bases loaded here. Nick Castellanos. Look at everybody. I love to watch guys run the bases. Look at Miggy here. He's on a mission. He's motoring. Good turn. Nick Castellanos on behind him. Good read. In there easily. That looked fun. I'd like to go out there. We got a new pitcher. The wall side windows pitching change. Wade LeBlanc. 43rd game. ERA of 4.37. Fastball, slider, cutter. And the Pirates have the infield in to try and cut down this tack-on run by the Tigers, trying to make it 7-0.
Already a 2-hit game for Matuk, singles in each of his last 2 at-bats. With the added infield in now, advantage for Matuk. The 0-1 pitch, and Mikey looks at the ball way high. Wade LeBlanc coming in for Nova, who was cruising along until he started walking guys here in the 7th. He got Cabrera down 0-2, and then he hit him.
Now, probably right here, the Tigers are up 6-0. Nick's probably going to go on contact, even though they're in. So you got a guy here, a guy here. They're all in, but if any of them have to move a little bit one way or the other, Castellanos should be safe. Going to leave it right here. Watch Nick up at the top. He should be at right time. But he is letting it go through. You could tell by his reaction when the bat was swung. Ball must go by these infielders here before he goes. Take a look right here. We'll leave it here now. Nick Castellanos has to read. He cannot get doubled off. He's got to watch that guy right there.
Chase the pitch out of the strike zone there, and Mott took down on strikes. So LeBlanc able to get Mikey, and that's going to leave it up to Victor, which means the Pirates now can push the infield back.
Yeah, when you're a hitter and you get a guy on third like that, and then infield comes in, you feel him. It's a little different. Alex Wilson looks like he's heating up in the pen. JV may be done after a 100-pitch evening.
Victor is 0 for 3.
Come on, Victor. Let's get a hit, pick up a steak.
Ball 1.
Looks like JV wants to go back out. He's got the good lather going. I guarantee he went over and lobbied to Brad and to Rich Doobie.
He's got 100 pitches on the dot. JV has gone 100 in every start but 3 this year. 100 or more. And tonight being his 24th start.
He's going to get to 32, 33. He'll probably want 34 if he can get it. He's done it for many years. He really had 1 year really where he had some injury woes a couple of years ago.
2-1 on Victor Martinez. LeBlanc's 43rd appearance is a career high this year. He's been with Seattle, Yankees, Angels, Marlins, Pods, Houston.
He's left-handed.
Oh, that's right. Ground ball to third right at Harrison. And that's going to end the inning, but a big inning for the Tigers. They scored 3. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank, a part of Detroit and the community since 1849. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives to Motor City. And by Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. A lot of smiles at the ballpark tonight, but mostly Tigers smiling here. They lead 6-0 now after the Castellanos bases loaded triple. JV taking the mound here as we go to the 8th.
Yeah, they're hoping he can have a quick one. Last 3 outings, 119, 110, 107.
Only 1 hit allowed by Verlander, a 2-out double in the 6th. 0-1 the count on Francisco Cervelli. Fly ball and a strikeout tonight for Cervelli. The 0-1.
JV last couple innings, a lot more sliders and breaking balls.
119 is the most that JV has thrown in a game this year. He's done it twice. KC and Seattle were the opponents. Here's the 1-1 offering. Bender drops in.
You really got a good feel for those breaking pitches for strikes right now. Going back to last inning, his usage of this pitch has gone way up.
When you look at the numbers that JV has put up this year, 7-7 record, should have more wins than that. Swing and a miss, man. He dusted home.
He's feeling that. It's like he's throwing a bullpen right now. Didn't want to throw any other pitch.
5 strikeouts.
Just breaking sharp and late. Yeah, how many wins do you think he should have? 4 or 5?
Yeah, at least 4 or 5 more. So that would put him around, I don't know, 11, 12. But it's the ERA at 4.20. And you look at the numbers and you say, well, you know, not all that good of a season as we check out the Comerica Bank game summary. Kinsler's had a big night. JV now pitching into the 8th. But it's what he has done here down the stretch that has been awfully impressive now in his last 7 starts. The ERA's got to be sub 2.
And the durability factor.
To be sure. Oh, 0-1. And he'll miss inside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Gave up 7 runs on July 2nd. Then 1, 3, 2, 3, 0, and 2. Been pretty good. Averaging about 7 innings, maybe a tad under. Yeah, I remember we were back in spring training. They're talking about everybody's looking at velocity, and that can be misleading because he's throwing harder now than he really has in the past. Consistently more pitches over 95. Always good to be able to reach back and get 95 plus. But a lot of people were worried in spring training about JV and his velocity would it come back. Now he's built up his arm strength. And it's definitely back. But more importantly, you get your other pitches. You get the slider. Did you get the curveball? Did you get the change? He's throwing very few changes tonight. That would come mostly to a left-handed hitter.
Well, Father Time will eventually take care of your velocity. I mean, there comes a point in your career where you do lose the velocity, but it's secondary pitches that can keep you competitive. And JV still has that velocity, and he just threaded the needle there for strike 3.
Think he was looking for a curveball there?
Yeah,
he didn't even flinch.
Marte is out of there.
JV's on it right here. Good frame job by Hicks. Looked like it was right on the corner. Tailing back. Maybe a little bit on the outside, but we'll take it at 97 miles an hour.
6 strikeouts. He has fanned the last 4 straight. Now with 2 gone. Frazier backs out of there 1-0.
Like how Nick Castellanos is in at third again. Don't want anybody bunt and make him earn it. As good as Ver's throwing. Really throwing good. Remember, he was yanking a lot of pitches in the third inning when he was having trouble. Hit a batter, walked a batter. Next inning he walked two, but since then he's been on the corners.
1-2 now on Frazier. 2 ground balls and a fly out for Frazier.
You know, if you're a scout, you're thinking of, I don't know, they talked about Justin being on waivers. Did he clear him? I don't know, but if he did, you know there's some scouts in here, and the reports are going to be very good tonight.
Yeah, glowing. Little chopper right back to the mound. Verlander handles this one. 1, 2, 3, 8th inning for JV. Eduardo Nunez, man, he has been a big pickup for the Boston Red Sox since joining the Red Sox on the 28th.
19 hits, 10 extra base hits. Bregman, he's back. He was a little beat up while he was here, but extra base hit streak to 9 games. And I saw Josh Donaldson watch this game today. 2 home runs. That was Tuesday. 6 in his last 10.
He's heating up. What do you got on JV tonight?
Oh, he had a really good game, didn't he? And it's always fun to talk when you threw a game like that. Just exceptional. And him and Brad obviously have something to talk about, but he came out and just threw the ball outstanding. Look at all these pitches. They're all on the corners. They're up and he's getting swings that are above, or they're right on the corner. Look at that. Or going off the plate. You're seeing hitters out front. He threw a couple breaking balls. Then he found the nice slider, the nice breaking ball, the extra rate. The 6th inning, Josh Bell, though, and a diving Nick Castellanos trickles off his glove. Doesn't make the play, and he's got a 1-hitter. That's all they got all game. Chafee now at 113 pitches. Looks like he's out of the game with a 1-hitter and a shutout going right now.
Tigers on top 6-0. It is John Hicks getting it started here in the bottom of the 8th. No. Tigers have out hit him 10-1 in this game.
They had the no-no. He'd be in that game.
No doubt. Well said. Windows pitching change. Daniel Hudson.
Yeah, Daniel, I tell you, I had this kid down in Arizona, loved him, had Tommy John surgery, not once, but twice, I believe, not 3 times. But it's a bulldog, loved him. Fastball, changeup mostly, will throw a slider.
Big kid, 6'3", 230. Verlander a neat off of the cap. Got a standing ovation as he walked off the field.
Tell you that JV is one of the few guys that have avoided serious arm injury.
Now the 1-2, and he just missed. They shot at Michael Fulmer there chatting with Verlander. Verlander has really done a lot of good work in terms of being a mentor to a lot of these young pitchers. Fulmer in specific.
Well, with JV, you want to pick the right time to, you know, to pick people's brains. This would be a good time. I think he's feeling pretty good. He's in a good mood. You ever get moody sometimes? It's not good to approach you?
Yeah. Usually every day.
Really?
No, just kidding.
Just when I get here. Just when I get here.
That's usually the time.
Yeah.
It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Give you a little toy, though. A little horsey over there.
It's a unicorn, not a horsey. Here's the 3-2. It's low, ball 4. Now, what do we have tomorrow? The pitching matchup presented by Wallside Windows. For the final meeting of these two teams, Garrett Cole will be on the hill for the Pirates, and then Drew Verhagen.
Yeah, having a little bit of an off year, Cole, but he's got dominant stuff. And Drew Verhagen now in the starting rotation for the Tigers. You can see he's coming back from surgery, and he's looking to impress the Tigers staff and get him a win tomorrow.
So I get to the ballpark today, and Gibby takes this unicorn and puts it on my computer, but it says 23 kg on it. I don't know if you can read that, but
no, wait, let's see what the other side said. You just wrote on it.
It's a big M.
It's a big M for big, super M. Let's zone it in. Big M. Right.
Of all things, a unicorn.
Look at, he's looking right at you.
This thing out of here.
Be nice.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. He's looking right at you.
Now he's watching the game.
All right, it's a piece of plastic. There's a swing and a miss by Romine, 1-1.
Okay.
Wait, no, leave it alone. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. 23 kg. Getting out of control. Ball high to Romine, and the count now is 2 balls and 1 strike. Andrew, a sac fly and a single in this game.
I do have some other things in the hopper. Maybe we'll get to them tomorrow.
Can't wait. Here's the 2-1. So Hudson walks the leadoff man, and now he's fallen behind Romine.
Now it's 6-0 in the 9th, bottom of the 8th inning. They weren't holding him earlier. Now they are. The general rule is if they don't hold you and they stay close, you don't run.
Swing and a miss. 3-2.
But if they play way back, you do run. If they play way back on the skin of the infield, you go. So let's say he just went back here. You run. He stays up close, you don't. 6 after 6 was the general rule, although not as many go by that standard as used to.
Hudson has walked 2 batters. We'll bring up Iglesias now with 2 on, nobody out. Ray Steerage comes running out of the dugout. It's the fastest we have seen a pitching coach move in a while. Hudson began his career with the White Sox, then as Gibby mentioned with the Diamondbacks.
Tell you what, I was a manager, and Daniel blew his arm out, giving everything he had, and he went through the whole rehab, and he was right at the end getting ready to come back to the big club and blew it out again, and never really realized what a kid could go through. So he stayed with it. He may have even had a third. I'm not certain of that, but he's got the desire to compete, do something that he loves to do, and is fortunate to have the ability to do.
Did you have him in 2011 when he won 16 games?
We did.
Yeah, 2011 season. There's a strike called on Iglesias. Iggy's got to give me some points here and pick the stick. He is 0 for 3, strikeout, double play, ground out. 2 on here, nobody out.
So that's -2.
-3.
What double play is -2?
Yeah. Jaso throw to second, drop. Everybody is safe. And they are loaded up.
Well, you want to make sure you get one. This is kind of a bad angle he threw. You see he didn't get a great grip on it. And Mercer's looks like he sees Romy coming on him and is trying to get out of the way. Can't secure the throw. Bases loaded for the Tigers. Nobody out.
And Ian Kinsler coming up.
Boy, Simo's gonna make a big move, isn't he?
He's already had a big night. Single homer walk. Ball 1. Fielder's choice E6 was the ruling on that last play. They charged Mercer with the error.
Looking fastball here.
2-0, and now he's going to have to really bear down here because the bases are jammed. May have heard Hudson with some frustration and some language that we hoped you wouldn't have heard.
I don't know how you couldn't. Apologize. We apologize.
2-0 pitch is high, 3-0. No place to put him.
They do not have anybody up in their pen, so he's got it.
Three-1 now on Kinsler.
Gonna get another fastball right here. Lean on it.
He leaned on it all right to the gap in left center field, and it's going to get down and go to the wall. This is going to get 3 runs in. Kinsler will stop at second with a double, and what a night for Ian. 3-run double. 9-0.
It's 3-1. You know he's coming right down the middle. He's going to throw it as hard as he can. And Ian is feeling it tonight. Loud sounds out of Ian Kinsler's bat.
It's a 4 RBI night for Ian.
And running the bases tonight as well. It's the big pinwheel. Big. That's fun stuff.
11 Tigers hits. That is their second straight 3-run inning.
So 4 walks in the last 2 innings. They scored. Hit batsmen, they scored. And an error on the fielder's choice, and they scored. So that's 6 runs the Tigers have taken as generosity. Got to make them pay.
A.J. Schugel, who pitched the last night, starting to heat up now for the Pirates. Boy, Hudson continuing to struggle here with his control. Got him in trouble with the walks to Hicks and Romine, although he did get a ground ball, to be fair, and that was turned into an error.
What would you be thinking if you're out there on that mound? Our viewers, ask yourself how did it feel right there. when you find out what you're made of.
Of the 22 he has thrown, 12 are balls, 10 are strikes. Here's the 1-2, fouled away. A Ducey tonight with a walk. 0 for 3 officially. He has scored a run.
Okay, so just thinking about the emotions in the game. Got two guys. What's this guy thinking? What's this guy? How's he feeling? This guy's trying to get rid of something. This guy wants to remember something.
Fought that one off foul.
So when players leave the game, or when the game's over, you got to decompress. You have to get prepared for tomorrow. So my point is just trying to get you to understand that different people are in different situations, got to save or discard different things. It's a great exercise from February to the end of October.
Yeah, it's a nightly exercise, which means that on nights when you go home feeling good, there's always a game the next night. And likewise, if something doesn't go right for you, there's always a game the next night. McCann in the on deck circle. The 2-2. That one got the catcher Cervelli. Got dinged up a couple times tonight.
You get one in the first inning, first or second inning. Catchers, you got to grin and bear it. Boy, they're tough. Really tough. You got to really like it. After you catch for a while, though, that stuff gets old.
Here's the 2-2 outside, 3-2, and the struggles continue for Hudson.
Yeah, Daniels, he really fell off the mound that time. Real fast on the front side.
And Ducey is not making it easy on him at all. He was ahead of him 0-2 in the count. Now it's 3-2, and he continues to foul off pitches. The next one will be the 9th of this at bat. Swing and a miss, and he finally got a Ducey. First out of the inning. So Cabrera's night is done as McCann will pinch hit for him.
McCann will go to catch and Hicks will go to first.
.246 for McCann, who recently had a 14-game hitting streak. Hudson is about to throw his 30th pitch of the inning. He's recorded just 1 out.
Yeah, when you're a manager, you worry about throwing a guy too long. How many pitches can he take?
Foul back, 1 ball, 1 strike on McCann. Been one of the more pleasant stories here in the second half, the resurgence of James offensively with Alex Avila moving on out of the Cubs. McCann will see the lion's share of catching, and he's responded.
He has, and he didn't play as much as he thought he would. Alex Avila really got off to a hot start. The Tigers were struggling offensively, so Alex got the greater share of the playing time. I think James did a good job of staying with it, and now he's playing much more regularly, and sometimes very hard to not play regularly and expect to get results. The added playing time from McCann, he has picked up the pace.
One and two on James. Would not chase.
Good eye.
Good road trip for McCann. He had 8 hits. Finished up the month of July with a .396 batting average. That is a good month. Slice to right, base hit. Kinsler had to wait to see it go through. He will stop at third. McCann a pinch hit single. We have to get Hudson out of there.
Yeah, he's coming.
Here comes Clint Hurdle now. That's going to be it. Hudson's not going to be able to make it through the 8th. It'll be a Wallside Windows pitching change. We'll be back. Inning. Let's go down to Lakeland, see what happened last night.
Yeah, Mike Gerber with the walk-off with Lakeland. He's down there rehabbing, looking like he's feeling pretty good. Lakeland Tigers win another.
Gerber, a Tigers prospect.
Been at Double-A Erie most of the year. Now back in Lakeland rehabbing. Maybe we'll see him sometime shortly.
A.J. Schugel is on now for the Pirates.
Yeah, it's 12th game. ERA at 132. Pretty much fastball changeup. Maybe he came from California over to the Diamondbacks. Somehow he got to Pittsburgh.
Castellanos has had a big day. Nick needed it too. He's been scuffling of late, but he's got 4 RBIs tonight, 2 hits. And he is league leading 8th triple, which happened back in the 7th. Tigers good tonight with runners in scoring position, 5 for 14. Almost hit him.
Schugel does throw a curveball, not very often though. The change moves quite a bit. He's got a very good changeup, 81 miles an hour, and fastball around 92.
Here's the 1-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Castellanos, Matuk on deck. Tigers broke this open with 3 in the 7th and 3 in the 8th. Kinsler had the big 3-run double in this inning. Here's the 2-1. Out in front. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Nicholas.
At the changeup there. See, that's a good pitch, and he'll throw it anytime. That's his bread and butter.
Seventh man at bat in the inning. Hudson started, walked 2. Gave up the 3-run double. Pulled on the ground and through, base hit. Castellanos has added another RBI. It's a single to drive in the Tigers' 10th run. 5 RBI night.
Now, the interesting thing here, Nick hit the same pitch to the gap last time. He turns on it this time. Not quite as much velocity. And the Tigers are finding the holes tonight as we get another RBI for Castellanos, who's at 5 on the evening. At Harrison, it's just right there where we can't get it.
Still only 1 out in the inning. That run will be charged to Hudson. Here is Mikey Matuk. 13 Tigers hits in this game. And it's just funny how this game can be, man. The Tigers had 6 hits in 2 games in Pittsburgh. They come home and they put up 13.
There's a better feel at home. There always is, and there's always been a Jay up with an off night tonight, and he is enjoying it. This one really, he never even had to get loose. That's what you're hoping for if you're a regular and you get an off day.
It's a funny thing about baseball. Your hottest hitter is not playing tonight. He scored 10 runs with 13 hits.
And he and Ken spend a lot of time talking. And they do, even though he's out of the game.
Chopper to third, foul. 1-2 on Mikey Matuk.
Nick's got 10 points and picked the stick. How many's Kinsler got? Let's see. He's got 8, 9, 10, 13, around 15, huh?
Here's the 1-2. Pulled foul. But had more than that.
Ian?
Yeah.
He's got scored a run, got a hit. That's 1. The home
I think he's
run.
got 16. 6 for the homer, 7, 8 for the single and the run scored. Walk and a run scored is 10.
Double and 3 RBI.
Is 15 plus the run scored 16. Yeesh, that's a huge night. Swing and a miss. And Matuk strikes out for the 2nd time tonight. Actually, the 3rd time for Mikey. Tigers get another pinch hitter. Victor is done for the night. Dixon Machado will pinch hit.
This is the 9th hitter of the inning.
A 4-run 8th for the Tigers. Machado shoots a ground ball through, base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third base. McCann will stop there, and Dixon gets into the party with a single.
They had quite a few pitches that went through that hits that went through that hole today, haven't they?
A lot of them.
I was looking at the Pirates, and they're shifting, and they rank up there in the top 5 in the league at results from shifts. And tonight, in the wrong place at the wrong time. Give the Tigers some credit as well, keeping the pressure on.
Hicks started the inning with a walk and a run scored. He is batting now with 2 outs, bases loaded. Ooh. way out in front. Changed up on him, 0-1. .316 this year for Hicks. Pulled foul, 0-2. Greeny hadn't pitched in a while. That's why he'll be coming in a 10-0 game.
Well, Tigers have games until I believe their next off day is a week from tomorrow. There's a couple ways to do it. Bring them into the game. Sometimes they just throw a long bullpen. Well, Alex Wilson was up prior to this. That was a while ago.
Tigers in the middle of a stretch now in which they are playing 20 consecutive days.
Out of 21 days. That's the basic players agreement. You have to have an off day on the 21st day, unless it's late season makeup.
The 0-2 is rolled foul.
That means Mario gets to talk 20 in a row.
Awesome. It's better than not getting to talk 20 in a row.
Yeah, September 1st we got a day-nighter, right?
We do, against the Indians.
Seems like they have doubleheaders against the Indians. The Tigers have over the last couple of years.
It's because every time we go to Cleveland it rains, or when they come here it rains. Tribe fan. Again the 0-2, and again he fights it off.
Boy, he got in the knuckles there.
There are just certain cities that you go to every year that you know. And that's 50 combined pitches, by the way, in this inning. There are certain cities where you know it's just going to rain. Cleveland is one of those every single year. Chicago is another one every single year. That'll miss outside.
It rains in Florida, but they have a dome.
They do, so it doesn't matter.
And the Tigers have two Gulf Coast teams down there, and the Lakeland Tigers. It's hot down there and it rains. That's a real teaching environment.
Fought that one off, rolled it to third. Harrison bobbles, stays with it and gets the force. Tigers get 4 runs. We go to the 9th.
For a 1-800 call Sam update. Well, coming up on Tigers Live, I don't think we have to dig too deep for the big stories of the night.
Not at all, Mick. You wanted must-see TV? Well, you got JV. That's who you wanted to see. You wanted more offense? You got more offense. But there was 3 guys that needed, we talked about in the pregame, that needed to be productive in order for this team to win, Mick. We'll tell you who they are on the postgame show.
And they all were. We will. We'll
Yes,
look back
they were.
at that. And did JV think he was on the verge of having one of those special nights? I mean, as good as it was, but did he think it was going to be really special? We'll hear from him from the clubhouse immediately following the game on Tigers Live. Mario, Gibby, back upstairs to you for the ninth.
All right, gents, we have a wall-side windows pitching change. It's going to be Shane Green to get the final 3 outs.
The closer. Got a ton of games. 54th game right here. Has not thrown since Friday, I believe, or sometime in the weekend. Thursday, and he needs some work, so they're going to bring him in for the game here. Hopefully he can get through this with a quick inning.
So Greeny went through a stretch in the first half when he was the 8th inning guy where he was throwing a lot. He would come in and pitch multiple days, it seemed, all the time, but now as the closer, he's not pitching quite as often. He throws a strike to McCutchen. It'll be McCutchen, Bell, and Harrison here in the 9th inning. Tigers up 10-zip. McCutchen is over 3, couple of grounders and a flyout. 0-2. Verlander threw 113 pitches before giving way to Shane Green. Got a ton of defensive changes.
Machado, Hicks, Green, and McCann. Hicks has moved from catcher to first. McCann to catcher. Machado to second.
Rolled foul off the bat of McCutchen. Final game of the home and home between these two teams tomorrow night. Garrett Cole on the hill for the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Tigers. Connor with Drew Verhagen. Then Minnesota coming in for the weekend. The 0-2 swing and a miss. Struck him out.
Well, let's take a look at Greeny, his last work. Tigers started good in the trip with New York and in Baltimore. His new job as closer. This is the 3rd out right here. Does a good job. Nice little slider on the outside part of the plate. Gets fired up. Here he gets an inside fastball. Then in Baltimore, closes that one down. That was the end of the game. There's the little thing they do. We'll work on that.
Driven to right field. That's going to get down, and it's going to go to the wall. This will be extra bases for Bell, and he will pull into second. Stop there with a double. Second double of the night. It was Bell that broke up the Verlander no-hitter in the 6th with a 2-bagger.
That's one of those nights. He's the only guy who can get a hit.
Chris Stewart now will pinch hit for Josh Harrison.
So I'm looking at the Tigers lineup. They took Kinsler out of the game, put Machado in for the DH, so that means the pitcher has to be in the #1 hole, doesn't it? For Kinsler.
Yes. That's correct, actually, yeah.
So let's close her down.
One 1-0 on Stewart, the pinch hitter. He is a 170 hitter. Lofted toward left field, and it's going to drop. Base hit. Bell coming to third. They stop in there. And now first and third for the Pirates.
Now what you got to do as a manager here, though, Greeny has to be stopped at like maybe it's 20 pitches or something like that. You don't want it to go on too long. Pirates first and third. Joe Jimenez is now warming up. Boy, that's loud down there, isn't it?
That fine line between giving a guy some work, which Green needed, but making sure it doesn't go too long. And making sure he's available the next night or the night after that. Ball 1 to Gregory Polanco.
Now the Pirates could have scored right there, but Clint Hurdle is the guy who honors that I was talking about earlier in the game, the 6 after 6. The Tigers held up several runners.
Machado throws to second, one relay is a double play, and that is the ball game. Tigers behind Verlander tonight beat the Pirates 10-0. Now we send you to the Coliseum Studios. Mickey York with Tigers Live postgame.
All right, Mario, thank you very much. Justin Verlander, just terrific tonight. JV's reaction to flirting with